All right. So we're now going to move on to the response to this record. Came out maybe 30, 40 minutes after Family Matters dropped. Meet the Grams. I'm going to start with Kurt. The floor is yours, brother.
Um, S class. I think this is. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best song, but I think it's the best diss. Bro, he sunned his mother. Bro, he sunned his mother. He told his father, "You're the reason why we got to deal with this nigga." Like, bro, he told his son, like, your father is not a man, so when you get older, you'll understand this shit. But just in case you don't, you can come holler at me. Like, bro, he sunned his mother. Like, I don't, and that is why Kendrick won the war. Drake didn't quite understand hood politics. Like Drake is saying, "Oh, we made you lie. You know, we sent the guy over there to give you some bad information, and you used it. Oh, I made you lie. Niggas lie every day, b. Oh, that might not be your kid. Your man's might be hitting that. Like, bro, like we in the hood, like we don't. That shit don't matter. But if you son a nigga mother, like, bro, like that is as disrespectful as you can get to tell a nigga father that you should have did a better job because we wouldn't have to deal with this bitch ass nigga now. That's basically what he told his father, bro. Like, do you know how disrespectful that is? Like this is the most disrespectful song I have ever heard in a diss track. When a nigga is literally blaming your parents for what I have to do what y'all should have did years ago. Like y'all should have been disciplined this little motherfucker like that. And to your son, I don't want you to grow up being your father. Oh my, yo, he told his son, I don't want you to grow up and be your father. Like how much more disrespectful? Okay, the Ja Rule Haley bar, your mother's a crackhead. That was a disrespectful bar. This is that bar, the whole song. Literally. That Haley, that like it's a whole fucking song of that. Like, if you understand politics in the hood, Drake did not properly understand hood politics. He thought me saying you hit your girl and the kid might not be yours, and we made you lie. Like, now don't get it twisted. Drake was highly creative with that subject matter. Okay. But for a nigga that is your age to be having a conversation with your parents, with your parents, Reggie, that's like you going to my mother and saying, look, Miss Mona, how the fuck you let that happen? How you let Kirk become that man? Yo, do you know how disrespectful that would be, bro? Reggie, I would have to kill you for that. I would have to kill you for that. Not beyond the ass whooping. If you survive the bullets, that's on you. But I would have to shoot you for that in the hood, bro. He sunned his mother. Like, bro, he sunned his mother and criticized his father and opened up a lane for his son. All because you a bitch ass nigga. Like, you are responsible for this culture vulture. Yo, have you ever heard anything more disrespectful than that in the battle? Honestly, I've never heard nothing more disrespectful than that in the battle. Jay-Z saying, yo, I left condoms on your baby seat. That's not more disrespectful than a nigga son your mother, bro. I'm sorry, bro. For him to be putting his hand on your mother head and rubbing it and saying, don't worry about it. You did a terrible job of raising this bitch ass nigga, but I'm going to fix it. That's class, bro. That's class, bro. That's class, bro. Best this, yo. That is the best dish of this battle. That is, yo, listen. The fact that he sunk this nigga parents and opened up a lane for his son, yo, this is automatically the most disrespectful rap this song of all fucking time. Hands down. I'm not even going. Now if you want to talk about lyrics and bars and beats and impact, we can do that. But as far as who has been the most disrespectful, this is the most disrespectful song in the history of rap, bro. S Class.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Got some things to say there, but I'm gonna actually go. I'm gonna go last on this one. I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna go to Stan.
I kind of was going back and forth for where to put this record at, and I probably will. I'm gonna have to lean towards the S Class, man. It is a master class in a personal attack on your opponent. It's like it's this nigga. This nigga broke the nigga's family down in 4 bars and attacked his, and blamed his dad for him, attacked him as a father, apologized to his son for how shitty his daddy is, then spoke to his alleged long lost love child. It is fucking just a master class and just shitting on a nigga, man. I can't. As good as Family Matters is, and I'm not comparing. I'm not going to sit here and compare the records because I don't want to do that today. Not today.
Not today.
I'm not going to say. I just don't want to do it because I don't want to. But it's right up there. They're on the same plane, just based on this is what Kendrick decided. Again, Kendrick attacked just the way he structured it, and just the way he set it up. The previous songs that he put out there were to setting up for this record.
Yep.
Euphoria was done to set up this record. It's just Kendrick. It was a masterclass. Like, again, everybody talks about Not Like Us and they want to shake their ass to it, and all the white people love it. The record that is Kendrick's apex of this battle is this one.
Yep. Yep.
It's just fantastic, man. I can't. I'll be here all day talking about this shit. This shit was fantastic, and this is where it's just like, okay, this is fucking a masterclass. This is great. It's like both the records came out around the same time. Like, this is great, man. S Class. Go ahead, Reggie.
S Class, bro.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Here we go.
all the way.
Here we go. Here we go, Stan. It's coming.
I don't know what he's gonna say. So
Here come the bullshit. You can tell he was on some bullshit, bro.
I'm not gonna judge him. Let him say what he's gonna say. I don't know what he's gonna say. So,
Listen, man. Both of y'all are right on target. Like, everything that y'all broke down is 1,000% true. Like, Kurt, your rant, you did your thing. Like, everything you said, you laid it down perfectly. Stan, same for you. Y'all both talked about this song perfectly. But you left out a few things, though. When we reviewed Story of Adion, Pusha T's disc, we put it in the A tier. Okay, I disagreed with both of y'all. I thought it should have been in the S tier. Okay, now in that song, obviously he revealed that Drake had a son, and
fact,
his T stuck. Like, that stuck because Drake is trying to go online and try to explain himself and where his son come from, and he had the art with him in blackface. He got to write a long thing about why he was in blackface. Like, that one hit. So I think that we all agree that Story of Adion was Meet the Grams before Meet the Grams, right? Like, we all agree with that, right?
Kinda, yeah. In a way, yes. That's
okay.
In a way.
It just wasn't as good of a song.
Okay, well, this song, as good as it is, has a significant flaw. We have to take the entire third verse and throw it in the trash because there's no daughter.
What?
There's no daughter. The entire verse goes into the trash. There's no daughter. It's one thing to say. I'm not saying that everything you say in the battle has to be true. It doesn't. But when you do it in the way he did it on this song, this was a reveal. This was a reveal. This was pull the curtain. Look at this. He's got a daughter. There's no daughter. So we have to take the whole third verse and put it in the trash. Like, how can we enjoy that verse now that we know there's no daughter? How can we possibly enjoy that verse? There's no daughter. Like, if Story of Adion came out and there was no son, we would laugh at the song. We'd be like, yo, what? Like, you had your facts wrong, bro. Like, what's going on? No daughter. So we got to take a whole verse and put it in the trash. So that's one problem. The other problem is when we take a look at some of the great diss records of all time, right? Great diss records are not just venomous. They're songs that have a certain replayability about them, right? I mean, Hit 'Em Up. Hit 'Em Up is a devastating diss record. Stan, I mean, remember you said that you hate the song, but you love the song. It's a damn good diss record, right? You hate what the song kind of represents now that everything kind of transpired, but you still got to give it up and say, man, that's a damn good diss record, right? I'm sorry, yo. I don't view this song as something I want to play like that. Like, I don't really want to come back to this song like that because it's so dark and it just doesn't have that. It's almost, you know what it's like? It's like one of those movies that's like an Oscar bait movie where like everything is technically well done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the acting's good, the cinematography is good, like it's technically good, but I don't want to watch the movie again. It's depressing. It's not, you know, I don't want to watch it again. That's kind of how I feel about this song.
7 Pounds. You ever seen 7 Pounds? Will Smith? Can't watch it again.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know of it. That's a perfect thing I'm saying though. Like, it's not something you want to watch like that. That's kind of how I view this song, right? Like, I don't really like to listen to it like that. Like, I got like all the songs in a playlist, and a lot of times Meet the Grams come on, like I don't really feel like listening to it. I really don't. I don't really just feel like listening to that. It's a downer. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a problem because when we're talking about S tier diss records, there's no other S tier diss records you can say that. Like any song I put in S tier, I could play right now. Let's play it. Let's go. I don't really feel that way about this song, bro. So like that is a significant flaw that I gotta throw an entire verse in the trash, and the song just ain't really replayability. It don't have replay value like that. You know, like that's just how I feel about the song. Now, had you asked me in the moment, had you asked me like when we did our review who won the battle, I gave it a 10 out of 10. Had you asked me then, yeah, 10 out of 10, S tier without question. A year later though, I just don't feel it like that. I just don't. Like,
he definitely bust our head with that third verse shit. He definitely just bust our head.
You got to throw it in the trash, man. And y'all can't, there's no way y'all can tell me that Story of Adion is A tier and this one is S tier. It can't be because he actually was real. His stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was no third verse on this song, I mean, at that point, I probably would put it S, but even then, I still would kind of feel the same way. Where it's like, I don't really feel like listening to this shit. Like, it's not done in a way that I want to bump it again. Like, can you name any other diss track that you would put in the S tier that you like? It's S tier, but I don't really feel like listening to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do y'all come back to this song? Like, do y'all like listen to it like that?
I really don't. I really don't. I've listened to Push Ups probably more than any other songs in the battle.
Right. Because that song is a diss, but it's still, you have to have some sort of entertainment to it. It's a diss record. It has to be something to it that makes you want to come back to it. I just don't feel like this song does. I mean, you think about it, Family Matters is a disrespectful song. It gets dark when he starts talking about, you know, domestic abuse. Like, that's a dark subject. But at the same time, he still adds comedic stuff even to that. When you put your hands on your girl, it's self-defense is big, she's bigger than you. So a dark subject like that, he's still able to creatively say it in a way that makes you still laugh. You know what I'm saying? That's a terrible thing to say, right? But he says it in a way it's like, yo, all right, you know, it's funny.
Right.
This song just don't have that to me, man. And again, the angle that he took is a beautiful angle. It is. Like, the way he did this was beautiful. But I'm sorry, bro. I gotta put it in the B. I gotta put it in the B too. I gotta put it in the B, yo. I just
B.
you can't put a song that I have to take the entire third verse and throw it in the trash and put it in the S tier, and I can't put it in the A neither, because there's too many good diss records that we've done that we put in the A tier that I would just simply rather listen to than this one, as good as it is. And let me just say that one more thing before I come back to y'all. The last verse of this song is S tier. That's an S tier verse. He told that dude, "Oh man, I ain't got the lyrics up. I gotta pull the lyrics up. Let me see if I can remember it off of memory." When he says, "Let's go back to moments when you didn't fit in. No secret handshakes with your friends, but culture cachet to binge and disrespecting your mother. Identity on the fence. Don't know what side will love you. The skin that you living in is compromised with personas. Can't question your masculine even when standing next to a woman. You a body shamer. You gonna hide them baby mamas, ain't you? You embarrassed of them." What's he say? "That's not right. That ain't how mama raises us. Pull that mask off. I want to see what's under them achievements. Why believe you? We never gave you nothing to believe in because you lied about your ghostwriters. You lied about your. I can't remember everything. I'm trying to do it off of memory, but that tell you that verse was amazing. Like that was S tier without question.
Reggie.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's the most disrespectful song in hip hop history. You gonna put it in B?
Yeah, bro. Like you got to throw the thing in the You have to throw the third verse in the trash. Do you not?
I'm getting that. I'm
I'm asking, do you? Do you have to throw it in the trash?
No,
I mean, I'm
You
not
don't?
gonna say throw it in the trash.
no.
It
How?
does hurt the credibility. But I can't just get rid of throwing it in the trash. I
Bro,
can't throw it in it.
how
I'm
can you not?
sorry. I do understand what you're saying. Like it's not real. But at the same time, like how can I say it? I'm going off of I'm gonna just be honest, bro. You got even if you take that let's just throw that one verse in the trash, right? Let's just do that. Let's throw that one verse in the trash. Bro, you got the other verses
Yeah.
are so potent. Like
Yeah.
to me, I feel like what you're saying is knocked it down to a lower level S tier. That's how I feel. The
No.
fact that
A
the
whole
third
verse?
verse, wasn't it wasn't true that he don't have a daughter. But that's hip hop. That's what they do. Like you think Cypress Hill was really fucking Ice Cube in his ass and had a nuts in his ass? Like you think these niggas, you think
No.
Big Will actually hit Ice Cube girl? Like no, but that's a part of hip hop. He got some bad
No.
information.
I agree with you. But what I'm saying is it's one thing to tell a lie like that. It's another thing when you frame the song a certain way and this is the grand reveal. This song is very much of the cloth of Story of Adion, and now it's the grand reveal. When your grand reveal ain't facts, what can I do with that? You feel what I'm saying? Like this, come on, let me be real. When the first time I heard this song, the first time I listened to it, I still remember the first time I listened, I was actually in Philly, the first time I heard it in the hotel room, my headphones on. The first time I heard it, obviously I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like it was at nighttime too. Like it was like, I feel spooky in here right now. But what I also said was, bro, Drake is hiding another child. Like that's the first thing that came to my mind after I listened. Like, yo, he's hiding another freaking child. Like, and then when it comes out that it ain't real, it's like, all right, that takes some sting out of the song, especially listening to it a year later. Like at first, when I said the same thing you said, I was like, all right, I mean, we gotta throw it in the trash, but the other verses are still so potent. But a year later, I gotta go back and listen to like, oh no, not this third verse again. Not this dear baby girl. That ain't no baby girl. He's sitting there talking to nothing. Oh man, he talking to nothing. That's because he's talking to his son, he's talking to his mother, he's talking to his father, and he's talking to nobody. That's the framework of the song. So now he's talking to no one. He's talking to someone who doesn't even exist. Like, how can you not take points off the song when he's talking to someone who doesn't exist? Come on, y'all. Come on. What are we doing?
I'm not saying that it don't affect the song. What I'm saying is the magnitude of what you feel it affects the song. What you're saying is true. He's talking to nobody. You know what I mean? Like, but Drake, I don't know if Kendrick Lamar beating on his woman. I don't know if Kendrick Lamar, I don't know if Kendrick Lamar, he's saying Dave Freeze is the baby father. He keeps saying Dave Freeze, man. Like
Of course.
but what I'm saying is that's what hip hop is. And I'm not gonna fault Kendrick because he was trying to be hip hop.
But
He
if
was
he
trying to be, it's like, that's what we do though in hip hop. Like, Reggie, if me and you battle and it was a diss, or we was battling, bro, I'm gonna kill everybody in your family, bro. I'm gonna
right,
say bad stuff about Stan. I'm gonna say bad stuff like in the type of battle that they are in. Like me
right,
personally, if I battled you, I would just have bars, a bunch of gun bars and joke your outfit or something. But they're in a personal battle. In a personal battle, I would try to like
yes,
go at and say some things that I know not true. Like
right,
that's what battling is about. But you put it over their heads as if it is true, and
of
that's what.
course,
So I
of course.
like
But
I'm
Kurt,
pretty sure if we go through if we go through battles, the history of battle, we'll find a bunch of those empty shits like that.
of course, Kurt. But that's not the point. You're like that's.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Stan.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. So you're going to discredit this record because something in a hip hop battle was not true?
Mm-mm.
I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. You
Y'all
claim to be a
missing the
player
point.
because I fucked your wife. Has
Y'all missing the point.
Faith Evans has denied that shit for 30 years. Are we do we know for sure that that actually
No,
happened?
of course not.
Because Faith Evans has denied that for 30 fucking years. I'm
I ain't
not
gonna
sitting here
lie,
again.
man. I think he came out and admitted it too late, like not too long ago. I'm not sure about that.
No,
I don't know about that. But the point is that
We didn't know.
we're not. I am not going to discredit a record because something wasn't true. Like, no, man, no. I can't. That one I cannot agree with. Like, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna. No, we're not gonna do that because
y'all are
now we're
missing the
gonna have
point.
to. Yeah, we're not. No. You can't do that. You can't discredit a record because something wasn't quote unquote true or
No,
something was not factual. Again, you say things to
In the
paint a
battle.
picture of someone. In a battle, you're saying shit. Kendrick's angle with this was to paint Drake as a pedophile, as not being honest about about a nigga that has skeletons in his closet, not being honest about his relationships and his fathering of children. We don't know for. Do you know for 100% fact that Drake don't have another kid out there? No. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not saying that it's false. You just don't fucking know. Kendrick was painting a picture of who this nigga is, of who Aubrey Graham is. That's what he was painting,
that's
the picture.
that's fair. But
So
y'all are missing the point though. You're missing what I'm saying because there's probably a whole lot of stuff in Meet the Grams that isn't true. I'm sure a lot of it isn't true. That's not the point. The point is the framework of the song is him talking to different people in his life. That's the framework of the song. He chose to speak to someone who doesn't even exist. Like, how can that not take away from it? The whole thing about him having a kid and him saying he has, I'm not mad at that. So, for example, let's say we take the third verse out. In the fourth verse, he says, you lied about them other kids out there hoping that you come. If he had that in there but didn't have the third verse, I wouldn't trip on that because you're just saying, I think you might have some more out there. That's a battle. He did a whole verse, bro, an entire verse. If Tupac made an entire verse, like the whole verse was, I had sex with Faith, and this is where we did it, and such and such, the entire verse, and then it wasn't true, I would throw that verse in the trash too. You do an entire verse
I
about
get
it,
what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
you're framing it as fact. You're framing it as facts. You're literally saying an entire verse.
no, I get what
This
he's
is your
saying.
daughter, and
I
this is
get
what
what
I'm
he's saying.
talking to her. The framework of the song. If he just left the one part in there that on the fourth verse, when he says that, like, but them other kids hoping that you come. If he says that, I'm good with that because that's like you're dissing them, and you're saying something that isn't true, but you're saying something believable. You know what I'm saying? The idea that Drake might be hiding another kid was a believable thing to say, which is
I
why when
see
I
what he's
heard the
saying.
song,
I see what he's saying.
when I heard the song, I was like, yo, he had another child. Like I was like Chris Rock, another kid. That's what I was like when I heard it. But then when it come out of that
He's
ain't
saying in the
true,
battle, it's a difference between feeling and facts.
right? a
Right,
difference. It's a difference.
right.
I mean, did you watch battle rap? You remember that verse? It was murder. It was shit. Loaded Lux against Calico. You remember that, don't you? I know you have to remember
Yeah,
that. You
yeah, yeah. Your father was
we
just another lost nigga.
love a lost nigga. Remember all that? Now, what if at the end Calico was like, "Oh, my dad never went to jail" or some shit? You'd be like, "Wait, what?" Like the verse, it doesn't even hit. Like him doing the entire third round,
About your
spitting
father being
about
a
your
lost
father.
nigga.
You know,
And we
yeah,
find out your father was, we, and we find out your father was a Huxtable the whole
yeah.
time. Yeah,
No matter how dope it is, you would be like, "Oh shit!" So that verse was, you gotta throw that whole verse in the trash. That's what I'm saying. You can say, if he just says a couple of things that you might be hiding another child out there. I bet there's more kids out there you ain't told everybody about. That would be fine. The framework of the song is him talking to his family,
family. Right.
and
I get what
on
you're
the
saying.
third verse, he's talking to nobody.
To
Come on, bro.
nobody.
You gotta take points off of that, man. You have
That
to.
is, you do got to deduct points, but to B though, you gonna deduct it to B. I can see if you said knock it down to A,
Yeah, I
but
can live
B,
with.
Reggie,
The reason why I
B.
knocked it down, the reason why I knocked it down to B is because of the other thing where I just don't feel like it's a replayable song like that. That's just me. Like I don't really feel like listening to this record like that. I just don't. Like if it don't have like I could if I'm driving around, like I feel like listening to Euphoria right now. I can play that shit anytime. I want to listen to 616 right now. Play that shit anytime. I don't want to hear this shit. Like I really don't. Like I don't want to go back and listen to it like that. So I'm taking away of some points for the third verse, and I'm taking away points because I don't think this was done in a way to make me want to listen to the song again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
But
mad at A.
Reggie,
I'm not mad at
B,
A. A
yeah, but
tier,
you should B. That's
yeah. Look,
crazy.
I'm not mad. That's me, but I'm not mad at A. Like A tier, not mad at that at all. Because honestly, I kind of went back and forth between like on the lower side of A and B. Because obviously it's not going to be on the lower side of B. Obviously, it's going to be the high class B without question. So I kind of went back and forth on that. So I'm not mad at A. Like A is fine with me, but S tier is what I'm pushing back on for sure. Like it's no
But Reg, what
freaking
I'm
way.
saying is, okay, it's the most the first word is the most disrespectful song in rap history. Okay,
Mhm.
the first word in disrespect
Yeah.
is this.
But
You know what I mean?
what
Like
about
this because I'm disrespecting you. Listen, bro, it has to be S strictly because it's the most disrespectful song of all time. Like, you gotta
Gucci
understand, we're
Man?
saying it's more disrespectful than Ether, yo. You
What
know
about
my
Gucci
status having
Man?
my whiskers like a cat. Like, we're saying it's more disrespectful than Takeover. It's more disrespectful than Vaseline.
What about
Like,
Gucci Man? The Truth though, isn't that the most disrespectful diss track ever? Gucci Man, The Truth.
yeah, that is
What the
the
hell are
most
you talking
disrespectful.
about, man?
Yeah, that
You,
is
What the
the
hell are
most
you talking
disrespectful
about, man?
song. Nah, that
yeah,
is the most disrespectful song, though. Technically speaking, he right.
that
But
ain't
what
no
I'm
S tier
saying
diss
is,
record. Kurt, come on now, don't do me like that.
it's not. It's not. I'm not saying it is.
I don't even know what you're talking about, man. So I can't
I'm
comment
not.
on
I'm not. I'm not saying it is. But
There's
man, Reggie,
nothing S tier about. There's nothing
you
S.
present a good point. You present a good point, bro.
Ain't nothing S tier about Gucci Man at all. So I don't know what y'all
Well,
talking about.
Stan, I'm gonna send you that. You might need to do some research on that diss song, Stan. Like that one. The reason why I didn't want to put that on a tier list is I just feel like that one is like so far to the point where it's like it's not even close to rap at that point. Like,
Yeah, it's not rap no more. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like that's why I didn't. But if y'all want to put it, I'll put it on the next tier list if y'all want. But I just feel like
Nah, we
that one.
good. We
Yeah,
good.
that's a
We
little
good.
much.
Nah, I have no desire to listen to anything Gucci Man. So y'all can keep that. So you
Okay,
know.
I'll
No,
tell you
it's
about the
Gucci
song.
Mane. It's not Gucci Man. It's Gucci Mane. You gotta put the Mane on it, man. But back
I
to what you
don't
were
because I'm not a
saying.
king, so I don't have.
But back to what you were saying though, Reggie.
Yeah, yeah.
It does have to get knocked down because of that third verse. But I just can't knock it down to B though, bro. That's a bit much.
I mean, look, if because you and Stan said S tier, so majority
I,
rules here. So if y'all want to go S tier, I'll plug it right in the S tier. I'm not gonna fight against that. Like if
I
you and
don't I
Stan
don't I
say
just
S,
don't see how it's not S tier,
okay,
yo. I'm just being honest.
cool.
But I do but we do got to be fair in our assessment, like because I don't want to not like penalize Kendrick for this, but then something similar happens in another rap song and we penalize that song. So although I think it's S with the penalty of the third verse, I would although it's the second most disrespectful song in hip hop history. Um, yeah, I guess you would have to knock it down to at least A for that. It's hard though, man. Golly.
I mean,
That's hard to say, bro.
yo, you
That is
don't have
so
to,
hard
bro.
to say.
You can stick to your guns if you want to. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
It's up
sticking to
you.
my guns. I'm not changing. I'm not changing shit.
Stan still say S, and so Kurt, it's up to you. You making the call. It's up to Stan still standing on S.
I'm standing 10 toe down on that shit.
10
Man,
toes
it's
down.
S tier, man.
All right.
God. I can't, baby. I'm sorry. You are absolutely right about what you say, bro. And I don't have no rebuttal for it. I have to agree with what you're saying. But it's just how it was done, how everything else was done. Like I just can't see this song not being S tier, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
I'm not mad at
apologize.
that. I know I'm not mad at it at all, man. Because like I'm not trying to like shit on it because I do think it's a fire ass diss record. Like I think that the angle he took was brilliant. It was brilliant. It really was. It's just I think that it could have been executed a little bit better and just leave the third verse off of the thing. And yeah, I think that if that would have worked for me. And again, I think that it's without question a in the moment S tier. Like there's no way you listen to it in the moment and don't say S tier. Most say it's one of the greatest diss records ever. I just think that as some time went on, I was like, this shit, man, it's
Reggie,
still good. Yeah.
it's something you listen, it's something you missing. And when I say this, it has to be S tier. Because he set him up to talk about the family. This was the trap.
It was.
When he stepped in the, when the bear stepped in the trap, you got to shoot him in the head with the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
This was the shotgun. Like this was the premeditated. He premeditatedly did it. That's why. And look, you want to talk? You drop Family at Matters. I drop Family, and then the fact that he dropped it 45 minutes afterwards, like. Oh man, bro, the placement, the premeditation makes it S tier also. Like all that goes into it, right?
Yeah, but even with that though, bro, like no, we in hip hop, bro, like somebody drop a diss record, you supposed to like answer the diss record, not just have some shit already pre-recorded. He ain't got there's no rebuttals in there because there's no way to rebuttal because he had this shit pre-recorded. So nigga, we talking about some of the great diss records. You're supposed to rebuttal something. He just dropped a track. Like, come on, he just dropped the track. I mean, come on, like, where
it was a court.
Yo, bro, this man was so ahead of the game that he was able to pre-record this track and drop them in chronological order. And you're holding that against him?
I'm not holding him against it. I'm just saying that, like, for me personally, like, when I hear a diss record, like, that's a response. I like to hear a response. I like to hear,
rebuttals.
Jay-Z, Jay-Z when Nas had the talking about him sampling his voice, and Jay-Z like, yeah, I sampled your voice. You was using it wrong. I made it a hot. I made it a hot song. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song.
Made it a hot song.
You ain't get paid, nigga. You was getting fucked in. I know who I paid, dog. Searchlight Publishing. Like, yeah, I heard your shit. And this is what I got to say to it. Like, this was just he just pressed upload, and it was strategic brilliance without question. But for me, I'm like, all right, but I mean, what about when he just fried you though? Like, what you got to say about that? That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
All right, but we got it in the S tier. That was a good debate right there, fellas. That was a good one.
Bro, that just got real just now, Ray. It just got real.
I love it, man.